What's up with it, man? Hope y'all having a good day. You know, all that good stuff. It's been a while since I made one of these little talks, man, but kind of wanted to just, express some feelings real quick for those who care to listen. Throughout my whole entire life, man, I've been real back and forth, with my spiritual walk, ups and downs, rises, falls. You know how it goes, man. Life is a changing river. And sometimes you fuck around and park the boat, go search the shores for somewhere to build a foundation and realize that there's only mud and sand, so you gotta hop back in and keep on pushing. And it's really interesting that when I was in prison, I was parked there for a while, and I began building upon my spirituality and began bettering myself and began trying to, renew my mind and my thought processes and try to renew, my image and who I want to be in life. And it's really interesting because when I came home, I started making, music with a different tone, more trying to just express my viewpoints as opposed to glorifying the streets, because my older music when I was younger, before I went to the pen, was all pretty much the same shit that the majority of people are putting out now, perpetuating negativity, violence, selling drugs, using drugs, being unfaithful to women, disrespecting women, degrading women, uplifting the things that should actually be stamped out. And it's really crazy that I got actually more love and support when I was doing that than I get from when I tried to make positive music. I feel like lyrically I've evolved. I feel like my cadences are better. I feel like I'm more polished as an artist. I feel like what I'm trying to convey is being conveyed, better than it was when I was making the other music. Yet there are several people who, when they hear me rap some of my old shit, tell me like, damn, we need that shit back. You need to be Lone Soldier again. We don't need you to be Talib. We need you to be Young Les. We need you to be Lone Soldier. And it's like, damn, it kind of makes me feel some type of way. It kind of makes me feel like discouraged. It makes me feel makes me feel just like real shit, or what I perceive as real now. Fuck it, I'm gonna just be real, man. It's real shit what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that shit is like just wants to be pushed to the wayside. Like, people want that shit to just be stamped out. And it's just hella like strange to me that people, especially who know my background and where I've come from and where I've been because of that path that I was on, would want me to revert to rapping about the shit that literally led me to do 9 years in prison, literally led me to be separated from my son and my family, literally led me to lose friends because, motherfuckers couldn't keep it solid and ended up testifying against me, multiple motherfuckers, and led to nothing but negative shit. And they want me to glorify the shit that leads to those situations as opposed to telling people of my experiences and trying to steer them in a different direction. It's kind of like fucking mind-boggling that people would tell me to rap about that shit still, and seem like they would get behind me more and support me more for making like darker type music. It's actually like hella discouraging. And I'm gonna try to keep this short, man. I'm not trying to take up all y'all time, because like literally 90% of y'all won't even get past the first 30 seconds, although they'll fucking drop a like maybe and have a, generic ass fire emoji comment, or a generic ass, it's all good, just keep pushing, bro, type ass shit. But I'm gonna just do it anyways, because there are a few people who will take the time to hear what I'm saying, because, fortunately, thank God, there are a few people who I get through to. One of my homies, man, I expressed some shit to, and I ended up making that song Zen City. When I was asking, I said, what's your plan? This nigga literally just got arrested a few weeks ago And the charges he got arrested for right here in Rosa, you know, the charges he got arrested for, man, this dude, he's probably going to sit in prison for the rest of his life. I mean, there's extremely serious charges, and, you know, he was already fighting a case, and he asked me for my advice, and I told him, bro, you know you're going to the pen? He said, yeah, bro, I'm going to the pen. I said, well, then go spend as much time as you can with your kids. There's nothing else you can do then. You know what I'm saying? The old me would have been like, nigga, you better get some money and try to leave, woo, woo, woo. But for what? It's going to catch up to you eventually, especially if you don't have, you know, long money to really just disappear forever. You're going to have to come back. And it's like, I thought I could reach him, and I feel like I could reach other people sometimes, man, but it's just like, he is like the outward manifestation of the response that I get from people, which is basically like, fuck what you're talking about. I'm gonna just keep trying to be a thug. I'm gonna keep trying to be famous. I'm gonna keep trying to be a gangster, woo, woo, woo. You know, and then it's like, I feel like people want that from me by telling me to portray that type of shit in my music. And to me, this shit is just kind of wild. This shit is just kind of wild to me, man. Like, I don't really understand why. I feel like I do understand why, you know. Actually, I feel like I absolutely know why. But it's just wild to see it in my loved ones. It's wild to see it in the people who say they love me. It's wild to see it just being acted out on stages and on world stages. You know what I'm saying? It's wild to see Lil Nas X do those types of fucking videos. It's wild to see fucking, you know, this shit with Lil Uzi Vert that he just did. It's wild to see, you know, at the Rolling Loud. It's wild to see that shit that Sam Smith did, or what was that, the Grammys or Golden Globes or whatever, one of those lame ass award shows. It's wild to see this shit, and for people to still have the nerve to be like, oh, it's just entertainment, or oh, it's just, you know, that's just the artist's expression. It's like wild. Of all the ways you can express yourself, you choose to express yourself in the most degrading way. You choose to express yourself in a way that is openly satanic. And I don't care if you want to say something about Christianity and all the Bible's fake and just do your research and all that shit. There's no fucking ignoring what's in front of your face, you know? And this next little piece is for the conscious community, because I feel like a lot of y'all motherfuckers ignore what's blatantly in front of you. And you're like, oh, it's just an agenda, man. They're pushing their agenda. You're right. They are pushing their agenda, and it's a satanic agenda. And where does that come from? What other religion really breaks it down in that form, in the form of which they are presenting it? Yeah, I can't think of one outside of Christianity either. And I'm not saying be a Christian and all this stuff like that, man. You're going to make your own decisions. You're going to do what you're going to do, man. I was a devout Christian for a long time, man. I started a Bible study in jail in 2011 that is still going to this day. Even though I walked away from Christianity, it's still going to this day. Let that shit sink in. How long has it been now? We're in 2023. That Bible study is still going to this day. I started that. You know, me and a brother named Manny, actually. I'm not going to take all the credit. Me and Manny, and it's being held by an individual named Brad Benson. Shout out. And I don't know, man. It's just hella crazy, man. I just feel hella shit on my spirit. So I just wanted to just have this little talk. I just wanted to make this little Talib talk, man, a little miniature one. Like I said, I'm not going to take up all y'all time because half of you ain't going to listen to this shit any fucking ways. But when I first came home from the pen, I would always say, stay taqwa, stay taqwa, stay taqwa. And that just means God conscious, like just be conscious of God. And I'm not that anymore, man. I've got caught up with the okie doke. I got caught up with the young pharaohs and the General Setis and the motherfucking Rashad Jamals. And there's no disrespect to what they're trying to do, you know, because they're trying. I feel like, hopefully I could be wrong, but I feel like they were at one point trying to just, you know, open up the consciousness of the black community, and, you know, somewhere the information that they got twisted, as it usually does, and led to what it is that they're doing now. And it kind of just like, it's just hella information, which is cool. It sounds dope. It resonates. It's true and all this shit. But it's just like, it's so overly complicated that it's just like, you know, everyday application is damn near impossible. But, you know, it's not overly complicated and everyday application is easy. The Bible is simple. You know what I mean? Because people be like, oh, there's all this pedophilia shit in the Bible. There's all this gross shit. There's all this crazy shit. Yeah, there is. But nigga, there's that in all the music you listen to. And all the clothes, all the designer clothes that you're wearing, and all the fucking shit that you do, all the negative shit that you speak about against the Bible, you do in your everyday life by listening to fucking artists who put that shit out there. If you're listening to anyone talking about Balenciagas, then you're guilty. If you're fucking rocking any type of clothing that fucking supports any sweatshop or any type of child labor, then you're guilty. If you're fucking riding around using fucking drugs, then you're guilty. If you're listening to people who are talking about killing motherfuckers and glorifying gangbanging, then you're guilty. So you can never just be like, oh, the Bible's this and that, and then you turn around and go put on some music where niggas talking about sliding with his brothers, and, you know what I'm saying, sliding on ops and fucking hitting licks and all this dumbass extra ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And then talk about, oh, there's, you know, niggas are snitching. Ooh, like you can't play both sides like that, man. You can't. You're guilty. You're just as guilty. So it's like, was God allowing that shit in the Bible, or was there truths in the Bible that were being revealed about the wickedness that was going on within men that is actually still going on today, but just we take part of it in a certain form, so it offends us when we hear somebody point it out, so we immediately attack the source. And I feel like that's really what it is. I feel like we get offended because in some form or another, we're taking part of it. We're partaking in that shit. By supporting these motherfucking artists, by supporting going and watching these movies, by partaking in all this fucking crazy, just random ass astrology shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're, you know, not to say astrology is evil, but I'm saying letting it run your life. We're partaking in divinity. We're partaking in it in one form or another. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just start doing this. Everybody just start doing that or doing this. Everyone's doing that. It don't matter what gang, what hood, where you're from. Everyone's on demon time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you fucking serious? And you could be like, oh, that's sign language for I love you. So when you're throwing that up, or when gang members are throwing it up, are they saying I love you? Like, let's be real, man. When gang members are showing, are doing that, are they saying I love you? One of the most, like, influential individuals, you know what I'm saying? Mozzie, right? Respect to the brother, you know, for his success. Hell Gang. Underworld. And it's just crazy because it's just like, motherfuckers be like, oh, it's just entertainment and shit. And it's just like, man, you don't understand how deeply, deeply infiltrated your mind and spirit has been. How deeply, deeply infiltrated your mind and your spirit has been. God, man. Like, anything and everything that's sacred is under attack. Anything and everything that's sacred is under attack. The children, everyone always be like, children are innocent. Children are innocent, right? They're under attack. They're under attack, man. They're under attack. The natural laws of the world, the natural laws of how things are ordained to operate are under attack, and they're trying to change things. They're trying to change it. And everyone's calling the shit progressive. How are you progressing? If you're attacking that which continues life, how is that progress? Think about that. If you are attacking that which gives life naturally, how is that progress? How is that progress, and how is that moving forward? You're stagnating that which naturally gives life. It's not progress. It's not progressive. You know, everybody wants to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like free will on steroids. Like, the free will that we have been given is being abused. You know, it's being abused. But, I don't know. It's just a trip, man, when I just see my folks and they tell me, bro, we need Les back. We need Lone Soldier back. It's like, damn, but you niggas weren't even around when I was in prison. And what's really funny about it was when I was gone by Les, when I was gone by Lone Soldier, like, you niggas weren't even around. You weren't around for that shit. I was having a conversation with one of my homies, man. He was trying to tell me about the neighborhood that I'm from, about how some niggas from a neighborhood that he's not even from, but he lived in, came over there And he was trying to give me the history, how they came over there and we're doing this and we're doing that. And it's just like, nah, bruh, that's not even how that went. And he's one of the people who are like, bro, we need Lone Soldier back. It's like, nigga, you were never out on the block in West Oak with us ever. When we was out there 20 deep, bro, running from police, nigga fighting, shooting, doing all the stupid shit we was doing, which was the reason why everyone in my circle, every one of us who are still alive, went to prison. Every one of us. There's not a single person in that circle who was in West Oak with me in the early 2000s who did not go to prison. And I'm talking about like 7, 8 people who were my main circle. Every single one of us went to prison. Every one of us. And 2 of us are still in there. One of them's got life, one of them's got 30 years. 2 of them are still in there. That shit's crazy to me, man. And that's the me who they're telling that they want in music, knowing damn well that I rap what I live. I don't ever exaggerate. Oh, okay, I exaggerate sometimes, but you can tell I'm exaggerating because I'm trying to make a point. But for the most part, like, I don't fucking put extras, like hella extras on my music, man. You'll never hear me talking about balling out of this world, having a hella bread and all that. You'll usually hear me talking about struggling and hitting licks to get by and shit, living in homeless shelters, selling dope, and doing the shit that I was doing. But I'm not doing that no more, and I don't want to perpetuate that because I feel like there's other ways. There's too many ways to get money, even if it's slower money, whatever, bro. At least it's legit money. At least you're not going to go to prison for it. You feel me? So I'd rather put that out there. But yeah, man, salute to the 2 people who got all the way through it. I already know my girl's going to be one of them and I'm going to be the other. So salute to us, baby. And for anyone else who got through, man, I appreciate y'all and I hope you feel what I'm saying, man. But I ain't gonna lie, I damn near feel like just falling back. Like, completely. For real.